I am supposed to be on a daily calorie consumption of 1,500 calories for weight loss. Now that I've been fasting more, I really don't get hungry. Will eating less calories than my target throw me into a plateau, or will it cause me to plateau? So I'm going to break this down a little bit. I happen to know who this person is, and 1,500 calories is a calorie deficit for this person. And it would be something that you would consider kind of low for a male, but good target for weight loss. And I know that this person has been fasting more, and now they're saying that they're not getting as hungry, which is something about the keto diet that makes fasting and keto very complementary. I feel like with keto, one of the things my favorite things about keto is that I have really gotten in touch with my hunger. And that's allowed me to really stretch out some of my fasting sessions, or fast almost every single day, to the point of doing either OMAD or like a 20/4 or 20/6. Keto has made that very, very easy for me, but it can be hard to keep your calorie count up if you're eating 2 meals or only 1 meal a day. It can be very difficult to get 1,500, or for me even over 2,000 calories into a single meal, because those meals are so satiating that you don't feel like you want to eat that much. And so I understand where you're going. So yes, you can go into a plateau if you have extended long-term calorie deficits, and you're not taking some days to go over those calorie goals, and then some days go under those calorie goals. So some of the things that happen when you have an extended long-term calorie deficit is you can suppress your immune system. You can suppress human growth hormone factor production in the body. When we read these questions and we think about them before we come in here, I always have these really great ideas of how to answer these questions, and then I come in here, I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, oh, where did all these ideas go? I should really write them down, like my wife always tells me to. But yeah, the biggest thing being it can actually lower your metabolic rate. So the longer you go calorie restricted, and if you go even lower than say 1,500, especially for a male, you could long term reduce your metabolic rate to the point where when you start eating more calories, it can be harder to burn those, harder to use those calories. So let's say you went back to an 1,800 or a 2,000 calorie diet. If your metabolism has been slowed down by 20%, that's going to be kind of a breeding ground for putting on additional weight that you don't really want. So yes, a long-term calorie deficit can be somewhat harmful. It also leads to a lot of people getting less nutrition than they need. Not calories or food, but nutrition, because we get the nutrients and minerals and vitamins and all that stuff from the things that we eat. And if we're lessening the things that we eat, calorie-wise, then we're certainly getting less access to the micronutrients, vitamins, and other things that we need to be healthy. And that's where some of that, less human growth hormone and suppressed immune systems come in, is because you're not getting enough vitamins and minerals, or cholesterol to build new hormones. So you can suppress hormone levels, you can suppress your immune system, you can suppress your metabolism by doing this long term. So what should you do? Well, if you like the feeling of being on a calorie restricted diet because you're losing weight, but you some days just don't feel like eating as much, go ahead and not eat as much some days. But some days you need to try and make an effort to reach those calorie goals or maybe even exceed those calorie goals, especially if you're doing strength training. So on days when I'm strength training, I try and make sure that I'm getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So for me, that's 200 grams. Now that might seem like a lot, but that's 800 or 900 calories from protein, and then I'm trying to get like 16 or 1700 calories from fat, and then as little calories from carbohydrates as I can. So there's just a lot of ways to pulse this calories up and down, and I think that you need to try and get more calories on some days so that you don't go into this long-term calorie deficit, which can be harmful to your overall metabolism and your immune system.